need my phone so I can call my lawyer. So now I'm being refused a lawyer. What a cute fucking state! Not gonna fucking sit there and accuse me of shit. I need my phone to call my lawyer!
We're not talking anymore.
I need my phone to call my lawyer now.
You can do it when you get up to the jail, okay?
I'm not going to jail because I need to call my lawyer.
Bye-bye.
I need my phone! I need to call my lawyer.
You're not getting your phone, okay?
Can I make a phone call? I have a free phone call and I'm not going to jail.
Okay.
Why am I going to jail?
Hold on, I'll be right back with you, okay?
No, why am I going to jail?
I'll be right back with you.
All I told you guys was the truth! I need to make a phone call!
Do you hear me?
Yes.
150 goddamn degrees.
Okay.
It's blowing in that room with that door closed with those boys in there. Now, did you lock them in that room? And keep
I
them
did
from
not
coming
lock
out?
my kids in the room.
I'm asking. Did Pedro
You're yelling at me. None of us do that.
Listen, these boys are in critical condition, okay?
Pedro did not do it. Pedro did not lock them. I'm worried about my kids.
How long did you leave them unattended in the room? I
I
understand
probably
mistakes
left.
happen.
I probably left them for maybe 10, 20. I don't know. Maybe I probably lost track of time.
I've got to know. These babies are in critical condition up there.
I'm worried about my kids too.
I'm worried about them.
You don't think I'm worried about my kids?
I'm sure you are, but I need you to do a better job remembering what the hell happened. Because the facts aren't adding up to what you're telling me, Brittany. I'm not mad at you. I want the truth, baby. That's all I need.
I'm giving you the truth. I've told you all I remember.
Oh, poor Brittany. She's crying. It must be because she cares so much about those two little kids. One of whom died. The other one came so close to death. She must be so sad about those kids. Nah, nobody will believe that. For sure, the detectives know that this woman doesn't have much of a heart, doesn't really care for her kids. She has a history of not caring for her kids that started years before in Virginia and followed her to the state of Florida. So let's watch Brittany's interrogation and also the interrogation in Spanish and English of the other fellow in the story, Mr. Pedro Agustin Ramirez Alvarado, who was an illegal immigrant from El Salvador and the host of Brittany Delgado. He wasn't the father of the kids, but he ended up getting charged as well. We'll talk about the results of the cases after you watch the interrogations, or at least the portions that I picked for today. Thanks for watching Mental Lawyer. Here we go.
Social workers, CPS workers. My Because how my parents died when I was at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, my sister Audrey is 3.5 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she couldn't take care of me. Obviously, because if you think about the age difference,
She's how old? How much older?
3.5.
Okay. Okay.
And at the time she already had,
and you were young, so.
and she already had 2 children.
Okay.
So if you add all that up, a social worker or even the authorities is not going to prove that situation. You might approve it because it's family, but
Yeah.
because of the age difference.
Yeah.
But also because me and her there was a history of us fighting a lot.
Gotcha.
There was that one point when I was, 7? She called me a fat pig. And I chased her around with the butcher knife.
Well, that's just probably not a good thing.
Yeah. But that was because she just got on my nerves and she was trying to chase me with a hammer, so I grabbed the next best thing.
So y'all don't need to be together?
We should have been together. And that was put in, but now us as adults were...
Get along?
Yeah. And my mom always said, y'all are not going to get along now, but when you guys are older...
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And she's like, no, the fuck no.
Yeah.
But she's this mom, but she has a different dad.
Okay.
But I'm like, no, when you guys are like over the age of 21, and we're like, no, ew, y'all gonna be best friends. Watch. No. We're like, no. If you see my Messenger call log and my WhatsApp call log and my regular call log and my text message call log, you'll see we have conversations every day.
Yeah. That's good.
And video chats and regular calls and everything else.
Well, that's good.
And she's wondering to know. I have several ends wanting to know what's going on too. Like I want to know what's going on. Everybody else. And Audrey's like, what if you guys can't get the kids back, and a family member has to step in? Do they need my information? Blah blah blah. Whose information do they need? And I'm like, dude, you're all the way in fucking Ohio. They're not gonna take your information. And
So your sister wanted to...
She's flipping out because she's like, what if this and this? I'm like, dude, I don't even think they're gonna take you into account because you're all the way in fucking Ohio. They might. And I'm like,
So you talked to her already?
when I was in the car,
Okay.
right there at the house, and mom and dad are asking what's going on, and do they need to come down to the station, or do they need to go down to the hospital? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't even know what's happening right now. Like, all I know is that I had to be interviewed.
Yeah.
Do you know what part of the station you're at? And I'm like,
It's not that big.
no, they're asking what security level? Like which unit? They're asking units and everything else. If I was in regular crimes or just like civic matter issues, or I'm like,
You just said the sheriff's office.
that's what I was. You heard me keep repeating sheriff's office on the way.
Where's the
in.
sheriff's office?
I have to interview. I'm saying the sheriff's office because she could barely hear me because you can hear. Does she need a lawyer? And I'm like, does Brittany need a lawyer? Mark, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to talk to her.
Now, these are your...
Adoptives.
Okay. All right. You said they live in Panama City?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're wanting to know what's going on, if they need to get involved.
Okay.
They said if they have to get involved, they will.
Yeah, and you should be able to... I mean, this shouldn't take too long. I say that.
Because she was asking if... They were all asking if after the kids are stable and everything, can we take them home, or what the issue is? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the whole thing is. We don't even know if they're stable yet. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Like, some of the other questions I couldn't even respond to.
Right.
Because they're asking me questions I can't respond to because I don't know. Like, is CPS going to get involved? Is this going to happen? Are you going to be able to take the kids home? Are you going to be able to do this? And
Now, CPS, is that...
Child Protective Services.
Okay. All right. I gotcha. I don't know how I didn't figure that one out. But-
Long day.
Huh?
Long day.
Yeah.
Well, long case right now.
That too. That too. That too.
And I thought I was the only woman that couldn't bear seeing the kids like that. And I saw your face when you saw the kids
I came up,
near the end almost.
yeah.
But I saw your face when you saw the kids. You're like, oh, holy shit. Like I could see like your heart probably dropped a few.
Yeah, it's,
And I can't get that image out of my head either. Like it's
yeah.
Alex was really pale. The baby.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't look close at them.
You couldn't. They had so many people carrying each one of them.
Yeah, true.
Even if you tried.
They had a good crew though.
Do you think that the kids are okay or?
Honestly, I have no. All I can tell you, they had a good crew. I know a lot of those, especially a lot of those fire guys, and we get some good. We got some good
So
folks.
out of a percentage, you think the kids are okay? Like out of a percentage of okayness? I'm not gonna put it on you afterwards.
No, I have no idea. Like I couldn't even answer that. I'm sorry.
Because of the crew, I'm saying. Do you think it's like a 50-50?
It-
If in luck, by the grace of God. You don't want to say it?
I don't know. I don't like to guess. I don't like to guess on stuff like that. But
Yeah, because that was literally life and death. You can't really.
I don't guess on that stuff. But there's good
Would,
folks.
would we be able to have a list of everybody that was there as well, in case of anything? If like CPS was giving all like all the officers and medics and everything, all names and everything.
I mean, there'll be a record of all of it.
But would we be able to have a record when we leave here or not? Yeah.
Probably not right away.
Could it be mailed to us or anything, just in case?
I mean, like for what purposes?
Legal purposes, just in case.
I have no idea.
So work phones, they let you get iPhones?
I don't like it. I'm an Android person.
You saw that I have an iPhone.
You have an iPhone? I missed it. But no, I'm
Is that, which one is that, 8 Plus?
Girl, I had no idea.
It's like an 8 or 7.
It's a cell phone.
She said it's a
That's-
cell phone.
That's all I know. It's a
You
cell
said
phone.
it's a cell phone.
I can take pictures on it. I can check my email on it. I can make phone calls on it. I can text, kind of.
But they're monitored.
Oh yeah. Oh, everything we do on it is monitored. But
Everything you do on that is not monitored.
no, I like the Android.
What
better.
is that one for?
What's that?
One with the cross?
This?
Mm-hmm.
That's a tourniquet. In case someone bleeding really bad or
Oh,
you had
yeah.
to stop the bleeding.
Not every officer has those. You have everything, I think.
Everybody here has one.
In Florida.
No, we're at the sheriff's office, I know. Yeah.
You have the taser.
And I've just
right
got it
there.
all shoved right through here.
That's taser.
Yeah.
That's actual gun.
Yep. Magazines, handcuffs, batons, flashlights, radios, gloves. I never had any in there. Yes.
She said I didn't have any in there.
Yeah, I use them and I've gotten better at it.
You're supposed to use them when you arrest people,
I
just in case.
try to use them for anything I do.
Yeah, it's better because you never know.
I don't like to take things home with me.
You have kids?
I have one. I have 1 and 2 stepkids. So stepkids
So-
are grown. Kids grown.
So what just happened today is like a big flash for you too, right? Because you're a mom, you already know what I'm probably feeling.
That's dealing with children is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. It makes the job hard.
And especially with the kitty baby.
In any cases.
We have the kitty, we have the kids. And I was about to, when all this happened, after I was on the phone with the insurance, I was about to go clean dishes and everything else because we have not been home to do any cleaning because I've been working with him. And we've been taking the kids with us because we're working at mom and dad's house for 9 days. So obviously the kids are playing with
At
my
his
sister,
mom and dad's house?
my adoptive mom and dad's.
Oh, in
my
Panama
kids-
City?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my kids are playing with my foster sister Anna. She's 11. Every time we go down there, well, I'm working with him, and we sometimes didn't get home until 1, 2 in the morning.
Mm.
So, and then we leave again around like 10. So.
In the morning?
Mm-hmm. I just imagine how much we're sleeping during that work.
Yeah.
And so, for 9 days, those dishes are all from 9 days. When we got home, we ate a little bit of something. Obviously, we're too tired to actually.
So y'all been driving over there every day?
Mhm.
What kind of work are you doing?
We were scraping the popcorn off the ceiling, then doing texture spray, painting, and taking off some sheetrock and putting new.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, we had to clean up.
Mm.
Because my foster dad's OCD.
Mm.
So if you don't clean something right, like we cleaned everything, like, and I even did a real good deep clean. And guess what he's doing today?
Clean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brittany, you missed a couple spots. I'm like, Dad, I'm not even calling you because it's like, what's wrong? I'm like, the kids, and he's like, what happened? I'm like, no. Oh shit, now I gotta go tell Jenna. And I'm like,
Now who's Jenna?
his wife.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mom.
Gotcha.
I call him Pops and her mom.
Oh, okay. Mom and Pops. There we go.
And they want to know, but they haven't even told Anna yet, little sister. She's only 11. She hears this. She's gonna break out in tears and get into worse condition than I'm in. When I have my episodes with the claustrophobic.
Don't do that again.
I'm trying not to.
Don't do that again. Calm yourself.
But her episodes of panic attacks are like that, but like triple.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
So imagine when an 11-year-old with that attack. They're not going to be able to calm her down.
Yeah, that's not good. Let me run out here and see if I can get a kind of an outcome, I mean, like time frame for you. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm still trying to find out. I'll be right back. You doing good? Get your glass of, get your drink of water. You be alright? You be alright? I'll be right back. Just trying to find out.
Hey, you okay? What's going on?
I'm claustrophobic. I'm trying to put my mind in something
Oh, I'm
else.
sorry. Okay. Hopefully I give you a distraction, okay? We'll just have a good conversation and hopefully I get your mind off of it, all right? I know we spoke at your house, and I just spoke with Pedro, okay? That's where I've been for the last while. And I just want to go back over what we talked about because I know when I met you, you were very upset and a lot going through your mind, you know, stuff like that. So I just want to kind of go back over what we talked about and then ask you some questions, okay? So,
Because I do remember a little bit more from what I told you.
okay, all right, hold on just a second, okay, before we get into that. So, you're not under arrest at this time, okay? I don't want you to think that, but because you are up here being interviewed, and you know you're up here with us with the sheriff's office, my policy is I got to read Miranda rights to you, okay? Just so you know what your rights are, all right? It's just a standard procedure, okay?
My rights are, I already know.
You already know them, okay? But
I already know my Miranda rights, but I know
great,
you have to go by.
that's great. So I'm
I
gonna
have
read it to you
family.
anyway.
I have family that works with law enforcement. So.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna read these to you, and just make sure you understand. If you have any questions, I'll answer this for you too, okay? All right. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer at this time and have a lawyer present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any question or make any statement. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to talk to me about what happened today?
Yeah, but my foster parents were the ones that were kind of iffy if we needed lawyers, but I said I don't think. I said we're not being arrested, so.
You have foster parents, is that what you said? And you're how old?
I'm 27.
You ain't got no foster parents, you're that old.
I had them since I was young, and we still keep in contact.
Just
They
people
live
you
in
talk,
Tallahassee.
yeah, you trust and confident, yeah, I got you. All right.
And they're also wanting to know what's going on with
Yeah.
all the kids.
I just never met an adult that said they had a foster parent. That was kind of, that's a new one on me.
I guess I've known them for a really long
Just call
time.
them parents. I don't know.
I call them, I call them actually mom and pops, but
Okay.
if I say that, people are like, biologically parents, or I'm like,
All right, cool. All right, I'm just going to review some information. So you're Brittany Delgado, right?
yes, sir.
Your date of birth is 4/23 of 93. Cell phone number 703-798-6211, correct? And you live at 6054 Dome Level Road.
Mhm.
And when did you first come to Tallahassee?
In August,
August of
this year.
this year. Okay.
But I've been back and forth ever since, like before
Back and
then.
forth where?
Through Maryland, Ohio, and here, because if I was in Maryland, I would come here.
Mhm.
If I was in Ohio, I would come here to visit Pedro.
Okay.
But it's like on and off.
Okay. Did you know Pedro before you came here?
Mhm.
You did. How did you know Pedro?
Through friends and family.
Okay. Mutual friends with Pedro? Okay. So how long have you known Pedro?
I can't give you a
Best guess.
going on 2 years,
2 years? Okay.
maybe 3. I don't know. It's been a while. He's been taken up for kids as father. And he's basically their father because they call him dad, and
Okay.
because they're my kids' biological fathers since day one has not been in the picture.
Okay.
They don't care, and I said if anything was to happen, or if something was like to happen to me, like say I was in a car accident or something, or my health got to the point where I died, you know. I said because I said I have neuropathy, say something happens where I end up dying,
Mm-hmm.
would you be able to take your son? They're 2 different people. I said, would you be able to take your son to both of them? And they said, I don't want nothing to do with that kid, and blah, 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 blah. And
Yeah, I think you told me about that. But Pedro's been good for him, takes care of him. Oh, that's good.
he treats them as if they were his own kids, and he has kids in El Salvador.
Oh, he does? Okay. So,
And one in Maryland and one in... He has 2 in El Salvador, 1 in Maryland, 1 I think it's New York or California. I just can't remember which.
okay.
But I know he has a family in Houston,
Alright.
so...
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some questions, okay? Last night, where were you guys at last night? You as a family, you, Pedro, and the boys. Where were y'all?
We were at Mom and Pop's finishing up their house
Where's that at?
in Panama City.
Okay.
We were working on putting in the rest of the sheetrock and painting, and we didn't get home until like 2 a.m. But during that whole time when we were working, Pops and Pop's sister Anna was watching the kids.
Okay, so the kids weren't on scene. They were somewhere else.
And they were
With
on
mom and
scene.
pop?
No, they were on scene, but they were just in a different room or outside.
Oh, okay. So
Like-
mom and pops were watching the boys while you and Pedro were working.
And sis.
Okay. And what time did y'all all finish working?
We finished around 10, 9, 8, 9, 10, but because we were trying to wait on our payment, because the contractor and the subcontractor were starting their shit that once we were paid, we'll get, once we finish the work, we'll be paid.
If we get paid, we pay you, that kind of stuff?
No, it's like the contractor said, well, the subcontractor told us, and the subcontractor told us, once the work is complete, we'll be paid same day.
Okay.
Subcontractors told us flat out she's not paying us. She has her citizenship test in Alabama that she was going to today, and she was packing yesterday for it.
Okay. All right.
And then contractor said if she does not pay us, then Wednesday tomorrow he'll pay us. And I kept telling him, "What do you mean tomorrow? We were told by you and Maria, that once the work is done, we'll be paid. Where's the money? I can't give it to you right now, blah, 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 blah." And Pops paid contractor. And Pop said if he does not pay us, then,
Okay. So
insurance company and everything else.
What time did you leave Panama City?
I think it was around 11:30ish, 12 a.m.
Okay. And you left with Pedro and the two boys?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And Kitty,
Who was Kitty?
the kitty cat.
Kitty Cat. I got you. All right. So
Princess.
y'all drove straight here to Tallahassee?
Mm-hmm.
And what time did y'all get here?
When we came inside, the clock said that's in the living room area. Said 2 something.
Okay. And when you guys got home, what did y'all do next? What did everybody do?
He went to the bathroom to go take a shower because he was filled with insulation and everything. I changed kids, made bottles, got everybody to sleep, but Julio decided to come back out to the living room and sleep on the sofa because Princess was on the sofa.
Who was
cat.
Princess the cat? Okay. Where do the boys normally sleep?
Normally Julio sleeps in his room, but since we're cleaning it, I've let him just sleep on the sofa. And when he sleeps on the sofa, I sleep on the sofa. So there's somebody out there with him. And Alex, the baby, sleeps normally with us for time being. We have a co-sleeper, and then we do other stuff as well, like that play.
So you said Alex normally sleeps with us. What does that mean? On
Me
the
and
couch or in the bedroom? Where?
Pedro slept in the bedroom last night, so Alex slept with him.
In the same bed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so you slept on the couch with Julio. Okay. All right. What time did what time did Pedro go to sleep last night?
I have no idea. I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember how long he was up after he took a shower?
Not that long.
Okay. So he probably went to bed probably about 3 o'clock, you think?
Maybe. Yeah.
All right.
We all went to bed around the same time.
Y'all went to bed around the same time.
Everybody went.
But
I
Julio
had
and
to take my
Pedro were in
medication.
the main, like if I walk into your house,
Like
the
back
bedroom on the
door.
right, that's where you and Pedro slept?
You mean the front where I was telling you, because where we were at, where the red car is the back. The expedition.
No, what I'm saying is,
If
the
you
sleeping
were to
arrangements in the house is what I'm trying to figure out.
okay, so if you were to
So
come
I
in
walk
from
in the front door.
front door is
the
on
room
the
to
other
the-
side, on the other side where the Jeep is. If you were to come in the front side, the bathroom will be in front of you. That room right there on the right.
Okay, so that's where you and Pedro, that's your room, so
Uh-huh.
to speak. Okay. So Pedro and Julio were in there sleeping
No,
together.
Alex.
Alex was sleeping there. And then you
And
and Julio
Julio
were
were-
sleeping on the couch.
Yes, Julio was on the brown sofa, the one that's by the other door, and I was on the black beside him.
Okay.
And
Alright.
the cat was literally right between us.
Okay. And you all went to bed about the same time.
Everybody went to bed at the same time.
All right. So what time did everybody get up this morning?
The kids got up earlier. Pedro was still asleep. Kids got up earlier. I moved Alex.
What time did the kids get up, you think?
It was around 7-ish. They got up earlier. I moved them all to the back room, took out the space heater, electric space heater.
All right, so I'm just saying. Kids got up at 7 o'clock. I'm guessing you got up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Were you up first or were they up first?
Julio was up first, then Alex was up, then I was up. Well, no,
But
sorry. Julio, me, then Alex, because I had to change diapers
Okay.
and everything.
But for the most part, all three of you guys were up around 7 o'clock this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So what happened after everybody got up this morning at 7?
I changed diapers and let them play in the room that they were in with the space heater.
Okay.
But I took the space heater out and I put it in the hallway by the black sofa.
What were they playing with in the bedroom? Because there wasn't much in there.
The stroller and the papers and everything. Julio loves to play school.
Okay. Why was a stroller in there?
Because they like playing with it. They like pushing it because Alex just learned how to walk. And that's what I was going to tell you. The last time I was in there 10 minutes beforehand, they were both pushing it together. Because Casper kept calling me like, Mommy, Mommy, look, Mommy, Mommy. And I'm like, what? What's going on? Baby. And I'm like,
So Julio was pushing Alex in the stroller.
no, they were both
They were
walking.
both walking it?
Yeah, and I'm like, because I haven't seen Alex walk with anything yet, so
Okay.
I've seen him stand up with stuff.
Have you ever put Alex in the walker stroller to sleep, when you come home at night? I mean,
Casper likes to sleep in there sometimes, but then once I see that he's completely out for the count, I go ahead and move him where he needs to be at.
is the stroller normally in that bedroom?
That's like our storage bedroom, so yeah.
Okay. So you'll never leave it outside.
Yeah.
All right. So they're playing in the bedroom, and everybody gets up 7 o'clock. They're playing in the bedroom, and
And I'm checking on them.
you're checking on them. What is Pedro doing?
He's asleep, and then I ended up waking him up later on.
Do you remember what time that was?
Around 8:39, I think it was. I didn't pay attention to time, but. And what I did was I made coffee for us. Heated up some pupusas for him, made some food for me. He went back to the bathroom to use the bathroom, so I went to go check on the kids, see what they were doing. They were horsing around, laughing, and everything else
Where were they at?
in that same room.
Same room? Okay.
They wouldn't come out, and I had the door open for them to come out if they wanted to.
Okay.
They know how to. Alex crawls and comes out when he wants to. Casper, he'll run out, If it was up to Julio, he'll run out butterball naked if he wanted to. He likes running around the house butterball naked.
Okay.
So now I tell him, that's a no-no. You're not supposed to do that. Because what if mommy has guests or daddy has guests? You're not supposed to run around the house butt naked.
Okay.
But
All
that
right,
could just
so
be like
Pedro
you said,
gets up
the boy thing.
at, okay. Yeah. Pedro gets up at 9 o'clock. You make breakfast for Pedro
And everybody
and
else.
everybody else. Okay.
Because the food I made for me, I feed to the kids as well.
What did you make for them?
We all had off the same plate. It was chicken, what is that? Broccoli, and I put some cheese on it, green beans, and I had some bread for myself. They don't need the bread.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had oatmeal.
Okay.
And oatmeal was more for Alex because he doesn't do some things. And
All right.
Julio wanted to eat it, but then they went back to the room and cause I let them down because they looked like they were full. Their stomach looked like it was about to explode at the time. So I was like, oh, they're full. They don't want any more because Alex is like, telling me, that he's not eating no more. And I'm like, here. He's like, Casper,
Mm-hmm.
y'all want more food? Alex, Julio just runs to the other room again.
Okay. So after breakfast was made, what did y'all do next?
I ended up getting on the phone with the insurance company. Pedro got a call from El Salvador. So I was by the bathroom talking, and I heard him coming in talking on the phone. His one speaker, obviously mine was on speaker. So, because I know when two phones are on speaker and they're by each other, there's going to be some interference. So what I did was I stepped outside in the front. And I told him briefly before I stepped outside, please go check on the kids. I checked on them 10 minutes ago. All I hear after that is, Brittany, Brittany, Brittany. So I'm coming running inside thinking that they're fighting with the cat or somebody's fighting with the cat or something's happening. So obviously something's happening. So I come in, and I was also smoking a cigarette at the time, a little short that I had. And I came in with the cigarette because I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And he's like, the kids, go see the kids. I'm on the front, I need something, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, I'll go see what's going on. I'm like, can you please take this thing? Because I can't go in the room with the kids with this in my hand. He just brushed it out my hand saying, fuck that cigarette, you know? And I'm like, can you please turn it off? Are you fucking kidding me? Can you turn it off or throw it outside, do something? Don't throw it in the fucking floor in the fucking living room. Like, the fuck? And I ran to go see the kids, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna need your help. And he came back in, he's like, because I'm looking at the kids, I'm like, Julio was on his back. Alex was like on his side a little bit, like almost side and stomach. But obviously his face was in a point where he could breathe. He ended up grabbing Julio first and over the shoulder like this. I picked up Alex, same way. He was too busy. Casper, Casper, Casper. And I'm like, go do cold water. Cold water would get them out of that shock mode, and then we need to get rubbing alcohol for them to smell. We couldn't find the rubbing alcohol. So I ran to the sink in the kitchen, did Alex, nothing. So I was like, I need to do CPR on him. I even checked here because I couldn't hear, because I was freaking out. My asthma was acting up. I was like, I'm not going to be able to hear his breathing if he's breathing. So I obviously checked the pulse. He had a pulse. I checked up here.
Was it a strong pulse?
It was a normal, I guess, normal faint. When I did it here, but when I did it here, it was a little bit stronger. So I was like, he's alive. I just need to go do CPR somehow. But obviously, I'm not gonna hardcore a 1-year-old, you know. So I was
What do
doing.
you mean? What does that mean?
Like I would do CPR on you if I needed to. The whole.
Yeah.
Like that type.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna have to use either this or this. To.
Okay.
I know that's what needs to be done.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna. Like I'll wait to an adult.
All right.
On the chest. So I was doing that in the room. I had him on the back after I did the water and everything. I went to the room, laid him on our bed, and was doing that.
With chest compressions.
Yeah.
Okay.
With some little bit of air. Because I learned, and when you live in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, you learn CPR in school. In elementary school. And then the Heimlich maneuver you learned as well. Okay. So I learned this at a young age. So I know.
So you're trying to revive Alex.
Okay. And then once Pedro kept screaming my name, so I had to pick Alex up, and I was still doing, but I had him at an angle that he was at least flat, but he's not going to fall, you know? And Pedro is a dumbass, and I'm doing the chest compressions while I'm holding him, so that way he's not going to, what I'm doing is not going to fuck up. Pedro is trying to do CPR on Julio, but like this. And I'm like, take him to the room and do it. Are you that stupid? Like. So
you stopped resuscitating Alex to go tell Pedro?
No, I was still resuscitating with Alex.
Okay. How were you doing that on the phone with 911? You had it in your bra?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I called in the room as well. When he kept screaming my name, I put the phone right here and ran with Alex in my arms, and I said, you need to figure out how to do it, and you're doing that wrong. I told him, Smith, you're doing that wrong. You need to go to the room on the bed like I was. That's when 911 told me, go outside with them, get fresh air with them. And then out of nowhere, they're like, lay them on the ground. And I'm like, it wasn't clicking to me at the moment. I was like, I was lay them on the ground because I didn't figure that, oh, maybe you guys are here yet, you know? Mm-hmm. That's probably why they told me to put the kids on the ground. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it didn't click right away until I turned around and I saw one of the sheriff cars.
Okay. So.
It didn't click right. It didn't click right.
All right.
It should. I mean, that happens.
So, just make sure I understand everything. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights, okay? Then I'm going to ask some questions to clarify. So, you got up around 7. Everybody got up. You made breakfast. Pedro got up around maybe about 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. The boys were playing in that end room down there where the stroller was. About 9 o'clock, you made breakfast for everybody after Pedro got up. And then, at that point, you got on the phone with the insurance company. Pedro was on the phone with family in El Salvador. Now, Pedro, where was he on the phone the whole time?
At first, he was in the living room, and then because I was in the living room and moved towards the bathroom, he stepped out the back door.
So he's in the back door on the phone.
Yeah,
and I was still in the house?
I was still in the house.
Where were you in the house?
I was, at that point, I came towards the kitchen, like where the stove is. Mm-hmm. and I stood there, and then I went to go check on the kids, and they were fine. So
What were they doing when they checked on them?
when I checked on them, that was like 5 minutes before him. So
What were they? What
that
were
was
the
like
boys
15
doing?
minutes.
What were the boys doing?
They were sitting there playing still. They were acting normal.
Okay. What was the temperature in the room like?
To me, it felt a little warm, but I didn't feel like it was to the point where like they could pass out or I could pass out, anybody could pass out. I felt like it was okay.
Was the door open or closed when you went to the room to check on them?
It was wide open. They had a little toy prop in it.
Was the heater on?
When I went in there and looked to see it, the thing was off.
The dial was off?
Yeah, the dial was up towards off.
Okay.
And
Was
so
it plugged in?
It was plugged in, but and I was like, I put my phone like this, and I was like, Julio, I told you to leave that alone, so I unplugged it and put it back in the hallway, where I always put it.
Okay.
I've done this so many times today, like, from the first time to the last time I was.
So you're saying Julio messed with the heater all day today?
Mm-hmm.
And he continued to do what? Pick it up from where you took it?
Mm-hmm. And put it back and connect.
So you're saying, and Julio's what, 3.5 years old?
He's about to be 4.
About to be 4 on the 18th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you saying he has the dexterity to plug it into the outlet and take it out?
The outlet is where he was plugging it up at. It's literally both of the outlets in that room or down here.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm saying
He knows
it takes a little bit of dexterity to get a
he
plug in there if you.
knows how to do it because he had it even at a younger age. I let him use a phone, and he saw me. Kids pick up quickly nowadays. He saw me putting in, but it does take him a few tries to get it in. But he does get it in.
So you've seen him be successful with plugging the heater in.
I've seen him
Okay.
even plug up a charger. You could tell him, Julio, plug up my charger for me,
Okay.
Jack, even though you're not supposed to tell
All
me to do that.
So you went back in the room.
And
They're
he's
in there
took it out.
playing. The heater's on.
I put the child
You put a child cover on the.
on some of a lot of places, and
Did you put it on in that room
today, yes, and he's
before the incident?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he always takes them out, and I don't know how this kid takes those plugs out. I don't know if it's him.
Were those covers on all the outlets in that bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
They were?
They're on all of the outlets in the house normally. And the only time we take them off is if, say for example...
If you're going to use it, obviously.
Yeah, and then after we're done using it, we put it back on.
So what you're telling me is in that bedroom where they were found when you had the medical emergency, okay, you're saying there were covers on all those outlets before the heater was plugged in?
Yeah, before the whole incident happened, I kept plugging the thing back in because when I put in the heater was I put it in last night when we came back home because the room was kind of chilly. So I took out the bottom. I took out the bottom one and put it on the floor, right by the right.
Last night.
Mm-hmm.
Because you plugged it in.
And then this morning, throughout the night and everything else, I've been taking out heater, plug, and cover.
So all day today,
I've been doing
you've
the
been
same thing.
pulling the plug out, putting the cover back on, and moving the heater out of the room. You've done it all. How many times would you say you did that today?
To me, it feels like 20.
Okay.
Just Julio's Mr. Houdini.
All right. So back to the phone calls. Pedro's on the phone outside. You're on the phone inside. You go in there and check on them. The heater's plugged in. You unplug it, pull it out, put it in the hallway. Then what happens next? And you're still on the phone call?
Yeah, I'm still on the phone call while I'm doing all this.
How long were you on the phone call altogether?
I was probably on the phone call for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes.
Do you think it could have been longer than 10 minutes, possibly?
Don't know, but while I was on the phone the whole time, I was checking on them.
Okay. Do you have you have your phone on you, right?
They took it.
Oh, they took it. Okay. I'll check and see. Maybe get an idea how long you're on the phone. Okay, so you're on the phone. Pedro's out back,
and while we were trying to get the kids, I told the insurance company, I need to call you back. An emergency happened. I need to call 911.
So while you're on the phone with the insurance company, Pedro comes inside and goes in, and because you tell him to check on the kids, right? That's what you said earlier. And then that's when Pedro calls for you.
Starts freaking out.
All right, and then y'all start doing
everything else
until help.
And then I had to hang up. I was trying to hang up with the insurance people
and
call 911 at the same time and resuscitate, in which
All right.
You know that doing all that at one time
Yeah.
is gonna be trouble. But
Yeah. That you juggled a lot right there, man. That's stressful. Yeah. That's a lot on you, man. Good for you. I'm glad you were able to do that.
I tried the best I could.
Yeah, I understand. That's a worst case scenario for any parent, you know.
And people call me super mom.
They call you super mom. Oh, okay.
Because normally I'm juggling the kids and everything else. So
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you a question. When you picked up Alex, was his eyes open or closed?
open.
Okay. Was his mouth open or closed?
It was open.
Okay. Was he on his back or was he on his front when he was on the ground?
It was like side-ish back.
On the side.
Side-ish back. It was like side-ish back. So
Okay.
I don't know how to phrase it.
Where was he laying in relation to Julio? Were they close or separate?
They were close to each other.
Okay. So were their heads same size of the bodies, or like both of them laying like side by side like this, or was his head down by Julio's feet?
It was like, say this is Julio's head.
Yeah.
Alex's head.
Tell you what, you want to draw me a little thing?
Yeah.
Draw me where everybody was.
And it was basically how they AMT put them as well. Yeah, that's how.
Well, yeah. Just tell me what.
Say this is
Where everybody.
like the
Yeah. Draw a
the
box. Just draw a box of the bedroom.
Let's see. I'm gonna do this door. I know that's not as accurate, but okay. So this is window.
I'm concerned about the bedroom right now.
Yeah, that's
So
the window. And
okay, this is the bedroom. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not.
That's all right.
Don't judge.
No,
don't
you
judge my art.
drawing a rectangle. I said she's trying to draw the trailer. So no.
Stop judging my art, dude. Okay, let's see. So obviously this is a door. That's the window.
Okay.
This is Julio.
Okay. Put a J next to Julio when you finish drawing him. There you go. All right. Where was Alexis?
He was right here, but he had one hand on Julio's head and one hand right here, like down.
Okay. Where was the space heater? Right there. Okay. And
When you come in the room, it's left hand side.
okay. And and where was Julio? Not Julio, but Pedro.
Hold on, I'm gonna put A for Alex.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Put an H. Put an H in another box for heater.
And then window.
Yep. That's door. Yep.
Door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so Julio was attending to. Pedro was attending to Julio, right?
Yes, and I was attending to Alex.
Okay. All right.
So he had one hand on. Casper Lily had his hands like this. Julio had his hands like this.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, one hand on Julio's head, one just
Okay. What was their skin color like? Both of them.
pale.
Both of them were pale. Was one?
He had foam. He did not.
So Julio had foam coming out of his mouth.
A little bit. It was like
Was it bubbles or was it?
it's like bubble type.
Was it clear? Was it like
Little white,
soapy?
soapy kind of.
It was soapy. And
But he has seizures, and that's what his seizures look like. So I didn't know if he was seizing or
So does it look like he was awake but not responsive, or was he?
he was semi-responsive. But Julio's whiter than me,
Okay.
whiter than you normally.
Okay.
And I told Pedro, I said, Julio looks kind of pale. He's like, how can you even tell Julio's pale? I'm like, take him to the bathroom. He was pale because he's like, Alex is like normally Pedro skin color almost,
Mm-hmm.
dark color. But he was pale.
What were they wearing?
Both t-shirts, like,
Short sleeve.
and diaper.
Okay. Tell me the condition of the skin. Tell me everything about. Describe what the skin looked and felt like. You told me it was pale, but.
Felt warm, not like hot warm, but like
Did it feel hot like? Not
Like-
like a fever.
not like a fever, like it could be getting like almost, but not that. Like in between, normal and almost fever.
Was it hotter than normal?
A little bit.
Okay. What did the room temperature feel like when you were in there?
A little hot. It was like a little bit. It wasn't like, oh, sauna hot. No, it was like if you've turned on, maybe, what's it called? Like the stove while you're cooking.
Mhm.
And us big people start sweating a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but it's not that hot.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, oh shit, it's so hot in here.
Yeah.
We're the ones cooking. We're like, it's so fucking. And I was like, you're fucking stupid. It's not that hot in here. It's just warm.
It is you stand over a pot.
Your ass is standing over a
Yeah.
pot. So it's like,
But the
if you were-
heater was on, right?
it was on.
So who unplugged it?
I unplugged it that before that time, but when I had plugged it up, they were playing over here by the window area.
When did you plug it up?
I plugged it up last night. I took it out.
Okay.
It was that 10 minutes before, and then
Alright. Did you plug it in anytime today?
mm-mm.
Did you plug the heater in anytime today? Okay. All right.
And when I had took it out several times before, it was over here. When you come in the right hand side of the door,
Is that because you put it there, or because what?
Julio.
Julio?
And I guess because this time when I put in over here, I put in the things.
Mhm.
I guess he got mad because I was literally just all I had to do was come in the door halfway, and
Okay.
he actually wanted me to come in and actually watch them play because he's Mr. Negative Attention Seeker. So he'll repeat shit until you actually do something about it.
Okay. Just get your attention.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like he'll literally smack you if he wanted to, and say, you know what, that was your fault.
Hmm.
And if you're sitting in, you've been inside the house, right? The black sofa,
Mm-hmm.
the left hand side,
Mm-hmm.
and you're looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there, he's gonna tell you, Mine.
That's his spot. Okay.
so he thinks he's in control of everything.
Gotcha.
So that's
All right.
Julio. Mr. Julio is Mr. Bossy.
Okay.
Alex is normally Mr. Tranquil. He's really calm.
Mhm.
He's the quiet one. But Pedro told me that's gonna be trouble in the future because he's
All right.
quiet. Quiet ones are always more the problem ones later on.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, nope, that's this one right here.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. During the day, because I think we got out there around 1:30, something like that, maybe 2 o'clock, thereabouts. Do you ever let the boys play by themselves for a while without watching them? Like, do they ever go play in the room and you just kind of like clean it up or whatever while they're in the room?
I clean up while they're in the room, and then if I'm cleaning another room, I have to go check on them.
Would you say you're the primary caretaker of these boys, or is it Pedro?
It's equal.
It's an equal thing? Okay. Do y'all ever tag team it? Do y'all have some sort of system set up when you watch
yeah.
the boys? Or?
Yeah, we sometimes there's a point where he does more Julio, and I do more Alex sometimes, and sometimes we switch it.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes we even have this game in Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Who could change the diaper the fastest?
Okay.
We try to make it funny for the kids, you know.
Who changes the diapers?
We both do.
You both do?
But in the morning, I normally do it, and before Pedro started his new job where he's working on his own time, I would take care of the majority of the day.
Because Pedro's working, right? So
Mhm.
you're taking care of him most of the
Uh-huh.
day.
But now that he started working on his own time, and not having a boss,
Mm-hmm.
I've been going with him, and the only job we've had recently was Mom and Pops.
Okay.
So Mom and Pops were watching kiddos and Anna, which is sister.
Gotcha. So just to clarify, you think you're on the phone how long with the insurance company
Probably
before you came in?
maybe a minimum 5 minutes, maybe minimum 15, max 15. It could
How
be
long would you say Pedro was on the phone? Because
probably 10 minutes. He was on the phone for a shorter period of time than me.
right.
Probably maybe like 2 or 3 minutes difference.
Okay.
Minus that I left them on the phone while we're dealing with.
So you would estimate that the boys probably didn't have anybody watching them for a short period of time, maybe
five minutes.
5 minutes or so. Okay. All right.
And next time, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna. What I'll do is, if we're in the living room, I'm locking those bedrooms doors and I'm letting them both play out in the living room.
Speaking of that, got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
All the door handles in that house are reversed. The locks are on the outside.
no. The only ones that are like that is bedroom 1 and 2 in the back, because of the fact of Mr. Julio being in Houdini.
So what does that mean?
He will lock doors.
Okay. So you've reverse locked them so he can't lock them?
Lock himself or anybody or anything. Like if I say a key to a bedroom,
No, what I'm saying is the
Yeah,
mechanism
handle.
to lock is on the outside, meaning
Yeah.
you could lock it and the person on the inside could never get out because you had the doors locked.
No, but that's not why we did that. It was because of Julio. Say, for example, that's your only pen.
Mm-hmm.
He'll say, "Can I draw?" And he'll show you that he's drawing for a little bit in the living room. Then he'll take your pen or your phone. You loan your phone to him. Take it to the other room, one of those rooms. Lock that door, and shut your phone, your pen, your keys, whatever in that room. And we won't be able to get in that room.
So that's why you reversed the locks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you during the time when you supervised the kids? And I'm not saying this is right or
I
wrong,
would.
but is there a period of time like if you're doing something very important that you would lock them in the room
Hell no.
so they couldn't get out, so you can
No.
deal with a phone call or clean up a mess or just
No.
like a minute or two? Would you ever do something like that?
No. I love my kids too much. I'm not gonna. That's right there is called neglect and abuse, and I don't believe in that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with it. I agree with that.
I love my kids too much. This right now, it hurts me. I still have the image in my head how they looked and everything.
Yeah.
I'm worried about what's going on. I want to know what's going on with my kids.
Mhm.
I want my kids.
Yeah. Yeah. You know they were transported by the ambulance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And we're-
my family's asking me why I couldn't go with them, and I said, well, they said since they were still working on Alex, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just we're doing our due diligence, man. We want to make sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to do, and we want to make sure we first just understand what the frick happened. How do we get to point A where the boys are playing and they're fine? All of a sudden they're overheated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they're being transported to the hospital, non-responsive.
Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to figure out how we got to point A to point B.
And I want to know how that happened too. And I really.
Well, I mean, only you and Pedro would know.
Yeah. The only
And
thing
the
I'm
boys,
thinking.
of course, but they can't talk.
Yeah,
So.
and the only thing I'm thinking is Julio kept messing with the heater. That's all I'm thinking. And I kept taking it out. I mean, I've tried to keep it out, and he kept.
Do you think it's possible that you were on the phone longer than you think, and those boys had that door closed while that heater's on full
No,
blast?
the door
You don't
was
think that's
open.
possible?
The door was open. Because even when I saw it, it was open. Everything was
Well,
open.
If we're going by the timeline that you gave me for how long that the intervals that the boys were checked on, I can't see how if the boys were in that room 5 minutes that they could overheat that fast. So it tells me that they had to have been in that room longer than maybe you
Like
probably
maybe 10
perceived. Because
minutes.
is it possible? I mean, because I've been
I
on the
may
phone
have
before.
the- I
Listen,
may
I've
have-
been on the phone before talking to people, and you lose track of time very quick.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know if I may have you're right, I may have their timing wrong, but I mean, I know I checked on them between calls as well. I was literally like, you're the room, I'm in the kitchen. I would literally, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I would go and check.
Well, so let me ask you a question. If you're playing back in, ping pong, let's say, with the heater with Julio, all day long, he's plugging it in, and you're having to go behind him and take it back. Why not put that thing out of the house or put it up somewhere?
Power higher, and
Why wouldn't you do that?
And
I ain't doing this 20 times during the day like you say you think you might have done.
I told Pedro, I was like, before all this ever happened, I told him, if Julio touches that fucking heater one more time, I'm throwing it out the fucking door. I'm gonna literally throw it. He's like, then that means you're gonna break it. And I said, well then I'll put it on top of the TV stand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of fucking plugging it up and everything. Get it unplugged and everything and turning it off and unplugging it and turning it off and unplugging it and plugging in the other shit. Like,
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had an issue with, not I'm gonna say like an issue like ongoing, but ever had any incidences where either the boys got out of the house without you knowing it and walked down the street? Has that ever happened while you've been here?
that happened like twice, I think.
Happened twice? How did that happen?
I was in the bathroom those 2 times. I was just in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And that was before we fixed the back door lock on the top. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't notice it. No.
On the basically
I know what you're saying. It's like
it's
a lock for the top, right?
Yeah,
so
it's,
the boys can't reach it.
it's like here,
Yeah.
and it flips, and you turn the little middle piece right here on. It's on this door.
Mm-hmm.
You turn it like people say it's like they have it at the hotels,
Yeah. Okay.
and it
Like
and
a
it-
latch, it folds
Mhm.
over a clasp or something like
and
that.
then it turns the thing in.
Gotcha.
But it hasn't happened since then. So
When was the last time that happened?
it was before that we put that lock, which was probably about maybe I think
She's not making it. Easy. Your oldest son is still alive. He's on life support.
Can I see my sons, please?
No, you can't see them right now. You just go back up in the chair.
A month and a half ago, I think. I can't remember. It's maybe a month and a half ago.
Let me change gears a little bit. When I got on scene, there was a female that was talking.
To me.
Yeah, and she was upset. What was she upset about?
Because she was when I was a kid in foster care after my parents died.
Yeah. What's her name, by the way?
Her name is Reina.
Joyina? Okay.
She grew up, we had the same social worker in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the same foster care, foster family.
So y'all knew each other before y'all came to Tallahassee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she considers herself aunt to my kids, sister to me. And I, same way.
Okay. So why was she upset with you?
Because of the kids, and she wanted me to go live with her. But I know the whole real reason why she wanted me to live with her was because when she was living at where me and Pedro live at, she was using me as her babysitter, in-house babysitter, and not paying me. I was doing her housework, like cleaning, cooking for her husband and her 2 kids as well. And also for her husband's cousin that was not in school. She basically had me as her little slave. And her husband's cousin that's 15 as her other slave.
Okay.
And I was not having it anymore. And when she ended up leaving, end of August, I stayed.
Okay.
And I told Pedro, I said, we need to, be more serious about our relationship.
She used to live with you guys at one time? She did?
Mm-hmm.
When did she move out?
End of August.
End of August. How long was she there before?
Maybe 3 months.
So she lived there 3 months before you came.
Mm-hmm.
Was she what's her relationship with Pedro?
Friend.
Just friends?
And her husband is druggy,
Her husband's a drug.
smokes weed,
Okay.
is gang affiliated, and I was watching them as well. She says that, oh, I know that was gonna happen, and
Yeah, what I heard that
that
statement.
was not
What does that mean? Because it sounds like she knew something like was gonna happen to the kids.
she was saying that something, like she was thinking something would happen to me or the kids or something, and I was like, nothing's gonna happen, And it was not like, it was just like a.
Yeah, but she made that statement while we were all on scene, right?
Mm-hmm. She was just trying to make a big show,
Yeah, but the kids were putting the ambulance and had left,
Mm-hmm.
and she was aware of that. Why would she say, "I knew this was going to happen"?
Because she's a drama queen. 1, 2, she's mad at me, so she's trying to make it look like I'm the bad guy.
Why would she do that on the scene?
Because you guys are officers. If she makes it look like, oh, I knew this was gonna happen, what are you guys gonna think? That me or Pedro's gonna do something to the kids, and that's not it. I have messages on Messenger where she has threatened me, saying that she was gonna whip my ass,
Okay.
and threatening me that she's gonna call CPS on me.
Why would she call CPS on you?
Okay, the whole incident started because she asked me about a piece of mail. I said, there's no mail. And you were here that last, I think it was Thursday or Friday. I don't have the message for me to read it to you. But she also said you were still at the trailer at that time. And once you move, you're supposed to change your address with the post office. So you shouldn't be receiving any more mail here. She's like, stop getting smart with me, blah, 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 blah. I was like, it's Labor Day. There's no mail. I was just letting her know, there's no mail. for her or anybody, and it was Labor Day. I was not being a smartass. She took it as me being a smartass. She said I was sitting on my pretty ass and blah blah blah, and that she was gonna whip my ass and.
So you said she threatened to call CPS on you.
And
What would she say if she called CPS?
Just some stupid shit like that stuff that she does for her, like doesn't do for her kids and her husband, which I've noticed. And I told her, I was like,
yeah, but what would the allegation be that she would call CPS on
the
you?
supposable allegation would be that I don't feed my kids.
Okay.
And I feed my kids. I make sure they're fed, they're changed, they have a roof over their head.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question about CPS. Have you ever had any investigations against you with CPS in other states?
To be honest, yeah, but that wasn't a he said, she said, because I didn't have a steady residence.
So what do you mean you were homeless?
I was living with friends, and there was a he said, she said that I moved around too much, and I moved around maybe once a year at the most. But yeah, I moved around like to visit states every now and then, like between the year. I would say, so I would go to Ohio for like 3 months. So I'll come here for like 2, you know,
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
Right.
So people say I didn't have a steady residence because of that. But people got mad when I was renting and said, well, you've been here for a year and you're barely here and blah, 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 blah. You're about states to go see family. I need to rent my room to somebody else.
Okay. So you're saying, just to sum it all up, you're saying that everything's been unfounded anytime somebody's made a complaint on you? Okay. All right.
But the problem is they wanted me to do a whole bunch of parenting classes
Okay.
and all that. And I was working. My job wouldn't let me do everything that CPS was asking me.
Okay.
So I ended up signing my rights over, so my rights did not get what is it called? What is that word they used? You probably know which word I'm talking about. The one where it's a voluntary signing my rights over, not involuntary.
To in regards to what? Your children?
Mm-hmm.
Like giving up custody of them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you gave up custody of your kids?
Because I couldn't go to all their classes. The judge said,
Oh, okay.
and my judge and my lawyer said, you have 2 options.
Okay.
Well, 3 options. You can quit your job and say, you know what? I need to do this with the kids, which I tried doing, and my job basically threatened to press charges on me.
What state was this in?
Virginia.
Virginia? Okay.
And then my second option was sign my rights over voluntarily, or get my rights involuntarily taken from me.
Oh, I see.
Termination. There we go.
Termination of rights.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what I was looking
Okay.
for.
All right. Cool.
And I signed. It was 3 other children. I signed my rights over.
Okay. All right. Just hang tight for a second, okay? You got water?
Can I step out to use the bathroom or anything, please?
Yeah. Give me just a second. Get somebody to escort you to the restroom, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can I also get your business card when we leave?
You sure can. Yeah. No problem at all. I'll get that back to you in just a minute.
And do you know anything about kids?
I'm waiting to hear some more information on them. I know that they're, it's a serious condition, so I'm waiting to hear back. I'll let you know as soon as I find something out, okay? All right.
Hey. It's me again.
Yeah.
You need to go to the restroom?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll be in just a second, okay?
Do you know when we'll be able to go?
I'm not sure. He's probably got a few more questions and then y'all be done. I know, it's long. We just gotta make sure we cross our T's and dot our I's.
I'm gonna try to pick this up.
Okay, have fun with it.
To keep me busy.
Okay, have fun with it.
How you doing?
I'm
Well, you know, it's a nice temperature in here. It's hot out there, so this feels good here to me. You need this? Okay. All right. So I have some questions, more questions to ask for you. When was the last time the kids ate or drank before we showed up?
I think they ate, before you guys showed up, was like hour and a half.
And what did they have?
That's what they ate. They were finished eating what I had told you, the oatmeal and everything else.
Well, no, you said you cooked that at
9, but
9.
they didn't finish theirs, and they still didn't finish it. They were still nibbling.
So the plate, the food was out all day, is what you're saying.
But I kept heating it up, and then I was gonna put that back in the microwave, and I.
So chicken, broccoli.
Mhm.
What else? Corn
Yeah.
tortilla?
Didn't have tortillas.
No? Okay. All right.
It was like maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. So, you know, when we went in, we took a lot of photographs of the inside of the home. And it's pretty standard procedure that we do that. So, in the room where the boys were found, prior to we showing up, there was not any outlet covers on the outlets. So why would that be the case when you told me that there was, and you confidently told me that there was?
Yeah, there was outlet because I was putting them in there. Unless,
There's not. They went back and reviewed the photographs. There's not.
I don't know where the outlets are now because the last time I checked on them, outlets were in place. So I don't know where the outlets are now.
I mean, you've been in and out of that room all day. You should know where the outlets are. And you would notice if they weren't on the walls, right?
I probably wasn't. It probably slipped my mind to look at the outlets again. When Pedro came in with me to get the kids out, it slipped my mind to look. But
Come on now, Supermom, don't let stuff like that slip their mind. You said you were Supermom,
yeah,
right?
but with all this stuff that was happening,
Okay.
we're trying to arrive kids and get kids out of a warm room.
Well, how warm was the room?
It was warm, like
Was it uncomfortable?
it was comfortable. Like I would,
It was comfortable?
and that type of room, I would sleep in that room.
You would?
Yeah, I would sleep
Okay.
in there.
So there's a window unit blowing in the living room, and that's around 75, 76 degrees. Okay, that temperature's set on in there. Okay, it was really cool in the living room where the couches are, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we were in that room, we have a digital laser temperature reader. And a lot of people that install heating air systems, they do that to put the laser on the air, and it tells you that a very, very specific, very, very accurate temperature of the air, okay? While we were in that room, the average temperature in that room was 90 degrees. Now you're telling me the room was not uncomfortable.
It was not uncomfortable when I went in there the last time. Like the very, very last time. It was not.
But we got on scene pretty quick though. And according to you, you just checked the
And
room
then-
maybe 15 minutes prior to us showing up, right?
But the thing is, I didn't feel like it was that uncomfortable. And then Pedro said he was about to go in there to double check because I said, I cannot keep going in there and fighting with Casper.
Okay.
So he said he was going to go see what Casper was doing. And if he had brought the DM heater back in, and if he did, he would take it out and put it up.
Okay. So we did multiple readings in that room, and the coolest temperature was about 80 degrees. But the other two were 89.4, 86.3.
Because Pedro's the one that went to go check on them.
89.2, 88.8, 89.4.
Pedro went in before me to go check on them on that one before we had to call you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he checked, but I was on the phone still with insurance.
Okay.
And I was about to start washing some of the dishes as well. And then he came out talking on the phone, and then I walked towards the bathroom area, towards the front door, like had the front door basically like cracked. And he was screaming my name, so I came in. When I came in to see why he was screaming, saying Brittany, he didn't. All he said was Brittany. He didn't say anything else.
Okay. Well, listen to me for a second here.
And
So-
when I came in, that door was open.
All right. When
And
we
the last time
got on
I
scene,
checked, the last time I
that door
checked-
was open and closed probably 3 or 4 times. So people walking in just getting an idea of the layout of the room. Okay. Those temperatures were at 90 degrees with that door mostly open the whole time. So I know that that door was closed because those temperatures were very, very warm. Okay, it wasn't open.
Because I
As
told,
much as
I
you're
told
leading us
Pedro
to
I
believe.
was, I told Pedro I had also at one point turned on that fan in that room, but Julio doesn't like the fan. He turns it off.
Okay.
And
So who's primary custody of those kids? Primary responsibility to watch those kids? Who is
I
it?
mean,
You. Okay.
but
So-
Pedro does steps up more.
So
than-
what? But majority of the time they're under your care and custody, and you're checking on their welfare, and you're making sure they have everything they need.
Legally I'm
I'm not talking about legally is one thing, but who's actually and actively responsible for them?
It's equal.
It's equal.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just a second ago you said it was you.
Yeah, but I thought you meant legally. Legally, yeah,
Legally,
it's
I
me.
know it's you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
not legally. You know,
All right.
we both step up to the plate and take even.
So I want to tell you something. They took temperatures of the boys' core temperature rectally at the hospital. Okay. Julio's was 108 degrees.
So they overheated.
108 degrees. Now, this is after being put in a cool ambulance and about a 35-minute ride in probably a 68-degree temperature ambulance and get to the hospital. So that tells me that the core temperature was higher than 108 degrees before they got into that ambulance, before they arrived to the hospital. Alex was 107. Core temperature now. That means their temperature had to come down a little bit once they got out of the house. Now you see what I'm saying? So something's not adding up here. Here's the thing. The doctors are in there working on your boys. And they're in critical condition.
I know.
All right? And we need as much added information as we can. Listen to me. So we can give the doctors information that they need to treat them, okay? So I need you to be a little more forthcoming than what you've been telling me, because I'm laying some facts out here to you that you can't be disputed, okay? So I need you to be honest with me. If they were in that room with that door closed, that heater running longer than what you told me, and if you made a mistake and didn't remember correctly, I need you to be truthful and tell me now. Correct now.
The last time when I checked them, or between the one before the last and the last, I don't know if they shut the door. They could have shut the door.
Brittany, that couldn't have happened. You couldn't have. Both of you guys could not have been there in 5 minute, 10 minute increments. Listen to me. And their temperature gotten that high. If you guys are in there and you're saying the room's comfortable, or it's just a slightly warm, that means that door was closed. They were in there for an extended period of time with that heater running. Do you know the max temperature of that heater when it's turned on? Do you know the max temperature?
I never put it on though.
Listen to me. When I saw the heater myself, there's a dial. It goes all the way around, okay? Mm-hmm. The dial was one down from the high setting.
I never put it on.
That's what the setting was on. You and Pedro said you said you pulled the cord out of the heat of the wall, right, for the heater?
I did it the last time.
Okay.
Casper did it, but
listen to me.
Before that,
the setting was on. Listen to me. This is crucial now. So we check the temperature of that heater when it's on its high setting like that. 150 degrees. Do you hear me?
Yes.
150 goddamn degrees.
Okay.
It's blowing in that room with that door closed with those boys in there. Now, did you lock them in that room? And keep
I
them
did
from
not
coming
lock
out?
my kids in the room.
I'm asking. Did Pedro
You're yelling at me. None of us do that.
Listen, these boys are in critical condition, okay?
Pedro did not do it. Pedro did not lock them. I'm worried about my kids.
How long did you leave them unattended in the room?
I probably let them maybe 10, 20. I don't know. Maybe I probably lost track of time.
I've got to know. These babies are in critical condition up there.
I'm worried about my kids too.
I'm worried about them.
You don't think I'm worried about my kids?
I'm sure you are. But I need you to do a better job remembering what the hell happened. Because the facts aren't adding up to what you're telling me, Brittany. I'm not mad at you. I want the truth, baby. That's all I need.
I'm giving you the truth. I've told you all I remember.
You got to give me something else. When the deputy showed up on scene, that came out to the yard when you were there, you and Pedro were outside with the boys, When they took the boys in their arms to give them aid, to resuscitate them, CPR, AED, they said the skin was scorching hot.
He was not hot.
How can that not be, Brittany? Why would a deputy tell me that it was?
I didn't feel the skin as hot.
How does a deputy feel that with all this gear on? How can he feel that? Why would he tell me that? He has no reason to tell me something that's not true. Help me figure out why I have a set of facts right here, and then I have what you're telling me.
The only thing I felt of warmness was like if the kids had a slight fever. A slight fever, like if they just had an injection. That's all I felt.
Tell me why those kids were hot. Tell me why they're burning up. Is there any reason why they could have been burning up? Anything?
What are you saying, that I burned my kids or something?
No, I never said that. I'm not saying that either.
That I purposely put a heater in there to kill them? No.
Give me another explanation why their bodies would be so burning up hot. Is there something else going on? Why would obviously there's no burn marks on the babies. I never said that. I'm not saying that you did that. Tell me why their bodies were burning up hot.
Maybe because of Julio putting on the heater a little bit too hot, way too hot than it should. Because when I put it on the heater, this is the heater knob. The very first one is up here. I put it like not even the halfway, that line that's halfway.
The setting all the way around.
Okay.
When I got there.
Okay. When I put on that heater, I only put it up a little bit. I don't even put it all the way over. I only put it up a little bit. And that last night I put it on, it was like right here. The little piece right here. It was literally like this.
I see.
And I don't close my kids into rooms or nothing. And the kids slept with me last night. One slept with me and one slept with him. I'm not going to sit there and abuse my kids.
I'm not saying you did.
I'm not.
But what I'm
you're saying that if Pedro or me locked the kids in the room or something.
Do you think they were in there longer than you said they were?
I said they may have been because I was on the phone with the insurance company. Maybe you're right. Maybe I mistracked time. Maybe they're probably in there maybe a 5 minute, 10 minute more than probably what I'm thinking. Maybe my mind didn't click to the timing. You as a parent know that when you're doing stuff, sometimes you as a parent know this. So yeah, sometimes there's timings that you don't actually look at a damn clock.
Brittany, answer me something. Is it possible? And I'm on your side, darling. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm on your side, okay? But is it possible that those kids were aggravating the hell out of you while you're on the phone? Because they've done it to me before in my house. And you said, all right, I'm going to leave them in there. They're playing, having a good time. Let me take this phone call. I'm going right back in there and check on them. Did that happen? Just please tell me.
I don't do that. I left the door open.
Did you do that today?
No. I left the door open.
Did Pedro do it today?
No. I left the door open. When I did go in there a couple times, the door was cracked. And I told Julio, you know better. The door needs to be open. So Mommy can hear you guys better. He said, okay, Mommy. That's what he told me. Okay, Mommy.
Brittany, something's not adding up, baby. Those babies have 108
and
7 internal core temperature at the hospital.
Can I finish? Maybe, okay, after he said, okay, Mommy, maybe I didn't notice when I was in the living room, like towards the hallway area, that door was maybe cracked or closed. And when Pedro went to go see them, when I went to, after he called me, the door was open. It wasn't cracked, it wasn't closed, it was open when he told me to come in where he was at seeing the kids. He told me to come in. So the door was open. How he found the door, I don't know. If it was closed, cracked, how it was.
Was Pedro supposed to be watching the kids while you were on the phone?
Yes.
Is it possible that Pedro locked the door or closed the door on the boys?
He won't do that.
He won't do that. Mm-mm. So did you close the door? Are you on the phone to keep them from driving y'all crazy on the phone?
No. If I was on the phone, I would put them on the sofa, and then they were driving me crazy. Put Julio on the sofa and let Alex walk around in the living room or crawl around the living room and put cartoons on. If it came to the point where I needed to make an important phone call, and they have a tablet and I have another iPhone 7 that I will give them as well. If they're bothering me too much, I will sit them on a spot where I can see them if they're on the sofa together, and I need them quiet. I will set the volume down on the tablet phone and give it to them. But I'm not gonna sit there and lock my kid in a damn room.
Okay. Let me ask you another question. So changing gears here a little bit. Have you had any contact with the Department of Children and Families, what you call CPS, while you've been in Tallahassee?
Once.
And when was that?
It was probably like, I don't know, 3 weeks, maybe a month ago.
And what was it for?
Because the incident of Julio running when I was in the bathroom outside the house before we changed the lock thing.
Okay. Did you have any direct contact with anybody at DCF regarding that incident?
No.
Why not?
Because I was at a doctor's appointment.
Okay. Did Pedro have contact with anybody at DCF about that incident? He did. Okay. What did Pedro share with you about that information?
That they said that that everything was okay at the time, and they will contact him or me in the near future.
Did they give Pedro any instructions to give to you?
He didn't. If they did, he didn't tell me. He said they didn't really say much.
Okay. Why would the DCF investigator tell me that she felt that you were avoiding her when she kept trying to get in contact with you?
I was at appointments. I have appointments.
Did
I just had a
you get
miscarriage.
voicemails on your phone from her?
No.
Any business card on the door at the home?
Mm-mm.
No contact at all?
Mm-mm. No business card, not even in the mailbox, nowhere.
Hmm.
Because if I saw a business card, I would have called.
Okay. What's Pedro going to say when I go ask him about that question with DCF? Is he going to tell me that he told you what DCF told him?
He said something about, I don't know if it was DCF or he said he was going to do it. I wasn't paying attention to a lot of it because I was on medication. He said something about him putting maybe Julio in daycare and Alex.
So was there a set of recommendations that DCF gave him to give to you in regards to care for the kids?
I didn't see any paper.
Did Pedro mention that there was any recommendations or strong recommendations given by DCF for the both of you in care for these kids?
I didn't hear any.
You didn't hear anything?
I mean, all he told me was something about daycare, and I was on medication. I just had a DNC that day, and I had 3 interviews that day for a job.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step out here for a minute. I'm going to go talk to Pedro, okay? And I want you to think seriously about our conversation, about the facts that I presented to you, the core temperatures of those babies, the temperature of that heater, the temperature of that room when I got on scene well after those boys had been transported and that door had been open. And it was still hot in that room.
And so you're accusing me of...
No, you need to think about, seriously,
So
go back in your mind. And,
okay, if you're gonna be accusing me, I need to call a lawyer.
I'm not accusing you. I'm saying, help me find out why I have a set of facts saying this and you're telling me something different. That's all I'm saying. You need to figure out.
Because you're saying that you keep asking me over and over again, have I locked my kids in a room or Pedro? And I keep telling you no. So if you're going to keep asking me these questions and I'm going to also respond for Pedro, we need lawyers.
Okay. All right. Hey, on that thought,
So I need my phone so I can call my lawyer.
You stand by right there.
Not going to accuse me of abusing my children. That is fucking ridiculous. I need my phone so I can call my lawyer. So now I'm being refused a lawyer. What a cute fucking state. Not gonna fucking sit there and accuse me of shit. I need my phone to call my lawyer.
We're not talking anymore. See?
I need my phone to call my lawyer now.
You can do it when you get up to the jail, okay?
I'm not going to jail because I need to call my lawyer.
Bye-bye.
I need my phone. I need to call my lawyer.
You're not getting your phone, okay?
Can I make a phone call? I have a free phone call and I'm not going to jail.
Okay.
Why am I going to jail?
Hold on, I'll be right back with you, okay?
No, why am I going to jail?
I'll be right back with you.
All I told you guys was the truth. I need to make a phone call. You guys are arresting me and accusing me of shit that I didn't even do! I didn't talk to my lawyer!
You calm down a little bit?
Why are you guys arresting me? I didn't do anything.
Are you calm down a little bit?
Yes!
Okay, you can lower your voice a little bit. Okay? You calm?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry to bear us. All you got to do is sing. Okay? Trying to keep you calm down because you're yelling. You gotta keep calm.
Your officer was saying that
Okay. Listen to me.
that's right. I asked for a lawyer because he's kept accusing me of locking my kids in a room. I did not do that.
Okay.
He said, well, I need another answer.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm telling you guys all I remember.
Okay, well.
And you're telling me I'm being arrested and I'm going to jail.
Well, here's the deal. Okay? And we'll get into it more once we get everything put together. But right now, are you worried about your kids?
Yes, I'm worried.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on.
Okay. What's your little 1-year-old's name?
Alex. Alex. Jonathan. Jonathan Alexius.
Okay. She did not make it. Easy. Okay. Your oldest son is still still alive, but he's on life support.
No! Can I see my sons, please?
No, you can't see them right now. But you need some help back up in the chair. You're not seeing them right now.
When can I see my kid, please?
That I can't give you. We're still, everything's still
Help
investigating.
me, please.
Have a seat in the chair. Have a seat in the chair. And right now, like I said, we're investigating. These questions are being asked.
Can I talk to you instead of your officer, please? I don't like how he was talking to me.
Okay. Here's the thing. You've asked for a lawyer. We can't just. I want to. Okay.
talk.
That's why we were asking the questions. We have to.
But he was asking me repeatedly if I locked my kids in a room, and I do not do that.
Well,
But there may. Can I tell you, please? Can I talk to you, please? Or can you tell him to come in and you stay in the room, please?
are you saying you're wanting to talk to us without a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I know my rights and I know what I'm doing. It's fine.
Okay. Like I said, 'cause we can't ask him now. If you want us, okay. Let me go get a pad and pen. Okay. You need some more water. You got water.
Can I make a phone call to my mom?
I can't let you use your phone right now. Because like I said, we don't.
Are you guys arresting me?
We're investigating. We're trying to get everything put together. Okay. Once we get everything put together, we'll make a decision from there. Okay. But like I said, if you're wanting to continue to talk, we'll continue to talk.
I will talk, but I want somebody. If it's talking to you or if he said he has to be in here, then. But if you're in here, because you've been trying to be nice to me, but
like I said,
you said about
these questions have they are tough questions. These are questions that get asked of us.
But majority of this stuff he kept asking.
Well,
I'll let you get a padded.
Okay, yeah, we'll
But,
get
I
a
mean,
pad and pen. And,
Can I
I can't let you use the phone right now.
no did anybody say anything about my medication?
No,
Medication.
no, we left all that. We
At
didn't
my
want to collect
house.
it. Yeah, we didn't want to collect it. So it's still at your house, okay? Let me go get a pad and pen and we'll be back in, okay? If you need me.
I might.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you need this, do this. Alright, I'll be right back, okay? I won't be gone long.
So my youngest
Hmm?
didn't make it.
No, ma'am. So your oldest is on life support right now.
So he's doing okay for right now? Or
He's on life support. Basically, the life support is breathing for him right now.
but for right now, is it working okay?
All we're being told is that the next 24, 48 hours will say something.
Am I allowed to make a decision with my child?
We'll get back
To that.
Right now, they're trying to
Get
save him.
everything else. I know.
They're trying to save him, and that's
What about
focus.
I'm talking about the other one,
Okay.
the youngest.
Youngest? What do you mean? Make a decision.
Cremation, burial.
That'll come later. It's a medical examiner's case. So the medical examiner has to look at her and come up with a cause of death. Okay. It's a long process. You got ways off before you have to worry about the funeral arrangements and stuff. Okay.
Can I like a hug or something? Cause I don't.
I can't hug. Okay.
That's why I I said I wanted to call my mom and pops.
I understand, but I can't allow you to phone on that. Let me go out there, talk to people, and I'll come back to you, okay? You got tissue, you got water.
Sorry.
No, it's a natural reaction. Don't apologize. I can't, like I said, you've got all the answers, we've got all the questions. That's why we've been talking to you, talking to Pedro. So again, you got all the answers, we've got nothing but questions. And obviously, the question that everybody's asking is why and how a 1 and 3-year-old could stay in a room for so long with a heater for so long that they literally have core temperatures, like Detective Brock told you, 108 and 106.5. Okay? It takes a long time. So that's why and how. That's not done over 5 minutes. That's not done over 10 minutes. Not in the house. Not in the house to where you have an air conditioning unit on at 75 degrees in your bedroom and in the living room. It's nice and cool and comfortable. It's not nice and cool and comfortable back in that room. And there's no way we walked in there. There's no way you can know that it's not hot because it was coming out into the living room, how hot it was. So how do a 1-year-old and 3-year-old with no bed, no play basket, nothing but a floor and towels in a room with a closed door stay in there that long? That's our question. How? Why?
I checked on them several times throughout the day as well after I fed them and everything. They were fine. But All I remember while I was on the phone with insurance was because Casper kept calling, well, Julio kept calling me saying, Mom, Mom, Mom. And he said something about look, and I said, I'll be there in a minute. Daddy's coming to check on you guys right now.
And this was back when they were in the back room.
Yes. And he had the door was open at that time. Because I walked to sit down the hallway to so they could hear me. And then Pedro said, well, I'm on the phone, can you go somewhere else? Because I'm on the phone and I'm hearing echo. I said, okay. So I stepped outside. I had my cigarettes in pockets, so I lit up a cigarette. So from there,
Casper was calling for you to come here. He was calling for you to come here.
And then he said, and then I said, do you want me or do you want Daddy? I remember saying that. I said, if you want Daddy, Daddy's coming. It's Daddy's turn to check on you guys. He said, Daddy, come. Daddy, come. So when I went out to go smoke and Pedro went that way, I don't know what happened then. Because Pedro looked for my recalling from that time once, and then some time passed while I was still on the phone waiting for a supervisor from the insurance company. Maybe like 10, not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and then the supervisor came on the phone. And I was talking to the supervisor asking about why our bill was so high. That when we were told it was this amount and not this amount. So I asked, why is the bill this amount?
So when you're on the phone, you're outside.
Then I hear,
where's Pedro?
that's when I hear him scream, Brittany, Brittany. That's all I hear him scream. He doesn't say anything else. It's Brittany, Brittany, and then come.
Yeah.
And then I come and I see my kids living. I said, well, can you, and that point, can you grab Casper and I will grab Alex and we'll try to do this the best we can.
Okay, let me try to put you in this perspective, like how you just said it. It's not possible. Okay, it's not possible.
I don't know how
it's
far.
it's
No,
not
I'm saying I don't know how. From when I was on the phone with the one person I asked for a supervisor, that took 5 minutes. But from him checking and me on the phone on hold for a little bit, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30, I don't know. From that until when he checked, I don't remember when I checked last and then he checked, I don't remember the gap period. But I had told him several times before, can you go check on the kids? And he said, I'm about to go check. And then it got to when I was waiting for the supervisor, I said, can you go check on the kids? He said, okay, about to go right now. So he ended up going then.
Okay, so when you
And that was that one time.
Okay, back up when you were checking on them.
They were fine. They were
Okay,
both.
when you checked on them,
Alex,
where? Because I heard you say that you unplugged the heater and unplugged the heater, and you never took the heater out of the room.
no, I took it out, but I put it at that point, I put it, because I was tired of taking all the way to the sofa, I just put it right where the other door is to the room. I don't know if you went inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
The other door, going this way, end of the door. I put it right there. When I should have just opened that door, put it in there, closed it, locked it. But I wasn't thinking because I was on the phone with insurance probably, and from then until when I put it outside the door of the other room.
But,
and I vaguely don't remember. I don't remember if at that point if I put the thing back in, but he was saying that there was no. So I don't know what happened to all because there would have been 3 altogether because there was the air conditioning connected to 1, so there would have been 1 and then another 2. So there would have been 3 more. What is this called? The
receptacle.
No, the chalk thingies.
The plug blocker.
Yeah.
Plug protectors.
Yeah. The first couple times I went in there, I saw them.
Okay.
So I don't know if maybe Pedro won't be on the phone. Maybe because he has a habit even with our bedroom, that when he closes the door, he locks it. So I don't know if he maybe. I know I wouldn't lock a door like that. I always lock a door with a key. So, especially with kids in the room, I'm not gonna lock a kid in the room. But maybe he wasn't thinking he was on the phone, and it was just out of actually maybe pulled it and locked it. I don't know.
So
I'm not thinking.
Are you? So
I'm saying
But
maybe
who-
that
but
maybe
who-
that maybe that's what happened.
who's?
And then the person who checked last before I had to call you guys was him. And then when I came in to help him grab kids out the room, the door was open.
Yeah, so who's primarily responsible for the kids?
Hmm?
Who's primarily responsible for the kids?
Legally or?
Who's primary?
I mean,
Mom.
are you talking about legally or who takes care of the kids? Because who takes care of the kids is normally a split between me and him, but legally it's me. And I know I should have been more on top of stuff, but I was trying to make sure because I'm trying to pay bills because we have only a few days to pay bills, and we have money that we have to pay bills for.
I understand. That
And-
is a long time to leave a 1-year-old.
I left.
But leaving a 1-year-old with
I
a
left-
3-year-old.
I left them maybe like 30 minutes. Probably max. I left them. Maybe 40.
Which is a long time.
Yeah, and
when-
supposedly between that time that I left them, he was supposed to go check.
Well, the
If
issue
that-
is that both of y'all, you're saying he's responsible. He says you're the primary caretaker, and that you're responsible. And I mean, I agree with you, and I agree with him. I mean, y'all been together, what, 7 months?
More we've been on and off because
On and off
I've
7 months, but
been more than 7 months.
more
but,
than 7 months. But
yeah.
they're your kids.
hmm But he stepped up to the plate and said that he's their father.
So I mean, basically, you're saying both of y'all are responsible for the kids, and both of y'all let these kids play with a heater. I wouldn't say play with a heater, but you knew there was a problem with the heater, and then plug in and plug it out. Why not bring them out into the living room? Y'all are both home. Why not enjoy the living room? Why have them go back there knowing there's no toys back there? There's no toys in that room.
There was toys in there. I just don't know what Julio's done to him.
But what I'm saying is that at this point in time, when they were laying in there, there's no toys. There's no toys.
Which to me, it was weird because early in the morning there was toys.
You're exactly right. It's pretty weird that the only thing
And
in
there
this room
was
was
the stroller and
stroller and trash, and there's a trash bag with trash. There's other trash and a heater and towels. You're absolutely right. It's weird because it doesn't make
the
sense.
times when I took out the heater, the first times I checked and everything else, there was toys in the room and everything. So I don't know what happened afterwards because Pedro's the one that did the rest.
Why'd y'all take out the mattress and the packing place out of that room, and why'd y'all take it out of that room?
What do you mean?
Well, wasn't there a mattress and one of those pack plays in that room?
Yeah, but we were supposed to rent that room originally. Recently, but the person decided they were not going to move in, and after that we were just going to use that for like storage and playroom.
And then back to DCF visit. If Pedro told you DCF showed up,
He never gave me a number or anything. I said, "Where did they give you a card or a number to call?"
wouldn't that worry you of saying, well, shit,
Yes,
what did
I
do
was
wrong?
worried.
DCF's number's pretty easy to find. It's
I tried to even call, but when he told me it was around Thanksgiving, and when I tried to call, it was like maybe a couple days before, after Thanksgiving.
So you're saying that he didn't tell you the safety plan that was put in place. So what do you think he's telling us?
He's saying he did tell me?
Y'all are sharing this thing together, and the house is worse now than it was when DCF worker went there. I've seen
They
pictures.
didn't tell me. He didn't tell me what they said or anything. There was
She
no
said
phone.
she said to clean up basically, and some other safety plans to help protect the children.
Which were,
I don't know word for word. I don't have the actual plan. That was told to Pedro, and Pedro says he understood and told you about it.
he never told me. All he said was something about clean up. But the only reason why the house was a mess now was because we were both working in Panama City for 9 days.
Okay, but if you're
And we weren't getting home until 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
but if you're out of town, there shouldn't be as much stuff inside.
When we came home, we would eat, and obviously, since of the time it is,
Mhm.
we're too tired to actually clean the damn dish. And I told him, since there's no work today, I'm gonna have to do a big deep clean of the house, because I said this is ridiculous. I said you were supposed to help me clean, and that we were supposed to finish this job on Friday, so that we would have been cleaning on the weekend. And now I have to clean during the week, so you're gonna have to pitch in and help. If not, I'm gonna have to clean.
And then what do the kids do while you're cleaning?
They sit on the sofa and watch TV, but if I'm in a room and they're not in the same room with me, then in that case, I move them to a spot where they're being seen, or I put Alex in the playpen and Casper or Julio on the sofa.
Which what you're telling me is responsible things to do. But today, they made their way back for, like you said, could have been 20, could have been 30 minutes into a room where the door had to be closed during that whole time to get that heat
And
the way it was.
and when I would go back there, the door was open. So I don't know if when Pedro went to go check a couple times, if he closed it by accident or what happened.
I mean, is it possible that when Casper called for your help, maybe there's something
Wrong with the door,
something wrong with?
Alex.
Mhm.
There could have been a possibility, but he called for Dad.
Well,
After-
after you said you want me or Dad, and Dad's fine, this whole thing could have been avoided. Maybe.
But when he went in the first time, when that happened, there was no problem. Then he went back to talk on the phone in the living room, and then some time passed, and that's when he said, I'm gonna go check on the kids again. Maybe if they want some water, some juice, or whatever. And then I said, okay, well, I'm still on the phone with the insurance company. They're giving me beef. They're giving me BS. And he's like, okay.
Well, again, just like we talked about before, trying to figure out why.
The kids were in a closed room.
Well, not just in a closed room,
The heater and everything.
but there's nothing for them
to play with. And
to
I'm,
play with and do anything.
yeah, and that's what I'm,
For them to be in that room for so long.
and that's another thing that I want you also mention that. And also I feel like it's weird because the first couple times I went in there was toys. Alex had a little, he has one for the car and one for the house. It's a little like, the little book thing made out of cloth. You probably know what I'm talking about. He had that, he had some little rattlers and everything. And all those little toys, there's some in that room and there's some in the other room that I have to clean. The reason that they were playing in that room was because after I got off the phone with insurance, I was going to go clean in the other room. Where we had moved the bed to the smaller room. Just probably a little bit bigger than this. And then from there, I would have went to clean the other room, then clean the hallway, then living room, and then bathroom, our room. Because that's how I normally do it. I start in one room and work back. If it's starting in a big room, then where they were, and then small room, and then...
And I know what's normally done, but...
Today, I don't know what... I mean, if I was home by myself, this would not have happened. But
The
Pedro
issue is
said...
that you tell me what
Pedro-
you normally do.
Normally, if I'm home by myself with the kids, that's what I do.
What's so interesting back in that back room with nothing that they would be going back?
I don't know. To me, that's weird.
Are they normally back there just...
Playing and pushing the stroller, yeah, they sometimes push the stroller. They think it's fucking funny. They laugh about it all the time.
Just in an empty room?
They can play with a damn box and think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
They're weird. Well, one was weird.
Well, I'm
They're-
just trying to
they're- they play weird. They
understand.
play weird,
Tell me
so-
what usually happens and what normally happens, and what you're telling me, what normally would happen, what usually would happen, what sounds good that would happen, is proper. But it just
Because normally what would normally happen on a daily basis, if I was home by myself, is what I told you.
Well,
But when Pedro's home, he's supposed to pitch in and help with the kids. And he had to help a little bit more because I looked at the kids so many times, even since we got home, even before and after and everything. I woke up maybe at 4:35, checked on the kids. The
why
kids
not put the 1-year-old in the pack and play?
And
That was one of the things that the DCF worker said that needed to be done was that.
the 1-year-old needs to be in a pack and play. He was in a pack and play to my acknowledgement. They were both in pack and plays, and they said that
Today?
today, no, because
Today they were free reign.
the only thing I remember him saying about DCF was, or CPS was, that something about Julio in a pack and play. But it's a no-no.
Because but the thing is that you have, who's taking care of the 1-year-old if you're on the phone doing stuff, and I mean, I'm trying to figure out
I normally
why.
check on them, and then if I sometimes like normally if I'm home by myself, if I know that room's feeling kind of stuffy to me, when I go in and check, I take out heater, take out kids, and move them. But when I've checked and take out heater and everything, the room was fine.
But does a 1-year-old need to be on the floor?
I mean, I was doing on the floor because
So I'm
he's
saying
at
in
the
a
time.
room that y'all not in there. I understand if they're on the floor and you're in there, but you're not in there. Pedro's not in there, and there's.
Because normally I would have Alex in the floor in front of us, yes, but I told Pedro, I said, once you go in there and check on them.
But why are they at the other end of the house?
We were literally in the living room at first.
Okay, but they're in the other end. They're out of sight.
And I told him, I said, when you go check on the kids, can you tell Casper to come out and bring Alex out? He said, okay. And it probably slipped his mind to bring them out.
But that's not what you told me. You told me me to check on them.
I told him to check on him, but yeah, I then told him afterwards, I was on the phone, and I told him, it then came to me, I was like, why don't you let them come out and watch TV or something? Bring them out.
But you didn't. But you're mixing words now.
No,
that's not what you.
You're telling me to try to remember, and I'm trying.
Okay, well, but you're saying you're
But
coming
yeah, I
back
told
in.
him-
You're coming back in saying you remember something that I'd already said should have been done. Now you said, oh yeah, they should be there. So I'm trying to.
No, yeah.
I'm trying to make sure that.
I told him
you're
at
not-
one point. Yeah, I told him at one point was, yeah. The first thing I said was go check on the kids. Then I came back and I said, hey, wait. Matter of fact, bring the kids out and let them watch cartoons or something. I don't know. Put them on watch TV. That's what I said to him.
Okay, but the thing is,
Those are the exact words.
somehow
I said it in
they got in that
Spanish.
back room. The little baby got in the back room. 3-year-old Casper got in the back room. Casper,
Playing with the damn kid.
can walk and all that kind of stuff because he's gotten out a couple times. Even neighbors have said, yeah, we've seen him down the road. We've had a deputy pick him up down the road. Okay, when y'all have been home. So obviously there is some supervision issues, which is why DCF is worried. Because even we've had our own deputy pick him up from down the road. Now we have a baby and a 3-year-old in the back bedroom of a house not being supervised. We have Pedro and you outside. You go outside, smoke a cigarette.
He was inside when I went outside.
Okay,
When he was outside, I was inside.
But you have a 1-year-old that's not being supervised in a back room, left alone for that. A 1-year-old, not in a pack and play, not in a little chair, not. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why do you see what I'm saying? A 1-year-old, 3-year-old running around, all that kind of stuff, supervision problem, what have you. That one kind of is that one's kind of under. Okay, but a 1-year-old. A 1-year-old is not. They're mobile. They're very fast on their hands and knees and such, but they're back there. Y'all know they're back there, out of y'all's sight, out of your suit. There's no reason for a 1-year-old not to be in y'all's sight. It's even one of those things. Oh, I laid them down in the pack and play. I laid them down in the crib and something. But we're talking about a 1-year-old that was not secured anywhere except on the floor, in a room, by himself with his 3-year-old brother for 20, 30 minutes. Whether it's Pedro's fault or your fault, the thing is, y'all were supposed to parent them together, and you had this 1-year-old. Do you see what that looks like in our eyes? Of saying how much this could have been prevented? I mean, you can say what normally happens. You can say what should have happened. You can say, well, I thought I told him this, I did tell him this, I didn't tell him that. But at the end of the day, whether you left him for 5 minutes, whether you left him 30 minutes, you left a 1-year-old baby on the floor, unsupervised. You see where I have a hard time grasping? I really do. I can't understand it, because to get, and that's the thing about this issue of, it got too comfortable. You got too comfortable of saying that tells me that this 1-year-old has been by themselves on the floor many a times because
it was just.
But you got comfortable. It wasn't the first time because
It is the first time.
It's not the first. Brittany, I understand. Okay.
Normally, I watch him like he's always.
But you got comfortable. But you got comfortable leaving the child by themselves. You and Pedro both got comfortable leaving the child by themselves, expecting a 3-year-old boy that leaves the house frequently. That, am I right to say he has developmental delays? Left the baby. So you see, you understand what that looks like. If you were looking at somebody doing that, if you saw another parent doing that, leaving their child by themselves, walking away, whether it's on the phone, whether it's smoking a cigarette, whatever, leaving them unsupervised in a room by themselves, would that not make you angry? Especially if they're not being.
And I'm angry at Pedro right now because I told him to help me. He's pressing me about all the payments and everything that has to be made, but he's not helping.
You know how many people have the baby on their hip and on the phone? They have the baby on their hip on the phone. Okay? It's co-parenting. You can't blame one parent over the other. Okay? So you gotta look at it from our. There were so many preventable things. There was stuff going on prior to today that gave you signs of you can't leave them alone. Correct? That's why you had the little knob things on the door, right? So they wouldn't get out. You see where I'm seeing this? You know, would have, should have, did this in the past. This is somebody getting comfortable with leaving their 1-year-old alone with their 3-year-old son. It's just one of those things that, again, we're. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, if this, and it's like I said, this is been historical. You know, again, our own deputy picked up your 3-year-old down the street, and you didn't even know he was gone.
I was in the bathroom.
That's a long time, but you see,
I was not even in the bathroom that long. I went to the bathroom that day, and before I went to the bathroom, I checked on him, and the baby was asleep. So I went and he was sitting there playing with the damn car toy, and I was like, okay, well, he's fine. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I went to go use the bathroom, and then next thing you know, I hear somebody banging on the door, and it was your deputy.
But again, there's a time frame there that you go to the bathroom, he doesn't all of a sudden get ready, set, go, and goes out the door. He comes out, he goes down the street, long ways. Somebody has to call us, okay? That takes time, okay? Somebody calls us, we get our dispatch agency gets the call. Then they have to find a deputy to dispatch it to. Then by the time they dispatch to the deputy, then the deputy has to take driving time to then come and go around the area to try to look for the kid. Then the deputy finds the kid, then comes and knocks on your door. That's a long time. A long time. Okay, and that's the issue that's the issue of going is it. And now we've come to you've had all these warning signs of I need to pay attention to the kid. I need to pay attention to the kids. Let me go see what Pedro has to say.
Go with my foster parents, please.
No, right now, we don't, can't use the phone right now. But
I'm being arrested.
we are looking at different things. Again, it's just it's negligent. It's extremely negligent. Would you agree that it is kind of negligent?
Yes, I messed up today doing that.
But just today?
I've been going to work and doctor's appointments and everything else, and
But has he not gotten? But
yes,
has Casper not gotten out?
yes,
Did he not get out when you were in Virginia or
no,
Maryland?
no,
We got documentation of in Maryland that he got out there too,
no.
and he's got out once with our deputies found him. Neighbor down the street has found him out.
This has only happened twice.
Have you been on Dunlevel Road and Ann Church Road? I mean, have you seen the traffic?
Yeah, but
would him not being gone once not scare you enough to say?
Yes, and I put the forms for him not to be able to go out. I mean, I put the little things on the doorknob and everything. I'm being a responsible parent and putting stuff on the door, and I'm also watching him to the best of my ability. I feel like I probably do more than Pedro some of the times with those kids. He wants me to cook. He wants me to clean. Yeah, sometimes he even gets mad at the kid that wants to hit them sometimes.
Well,
yeah.
But he's not their biological dad. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, and not saying that they're not, he hasn't been lies. But, so there might be some mindset there of, well, they ain't my kids.
No, he helps,
Okay.
but there's times where he's like, fuck it. And yeah, there's times where he's like, can you go check on the kids? And blah, blah, blah. And the kids could be like just sitting there playing, laughing, and giggling. And he's like, oh, I have a fucking headache. Go check on the kids. Shut them up or something. And I'm like...
And there's sometimes a disconnect between a biological father and just a guy that wants to be a dad every now and then. But it comes down to, if you are co-parenting, great, but apparently it wasn't working out.
And I was talking to, because of all this other issues with him, hammering down on me with stuff that he's fucked up with, that he's slipped up, because I've given him several times money for rent, for all the rent and everything. Can I go?
Well, but the thing
is, because of all the stuff that I'm trying to explain to you,
yeah.
He has been kind of like controlling big red flags, as my mom would say. He has hit my kids maybe once or twice, and I told him, don't do that. And he did it recently again, and I told him, you know what? I'm done. You need to stop. If you're going to co-parent, you need to do it right. And I hammered him about that. But he's been hammering me on some other shit that, like, he should be more attentive to. Like, we were supposed to go half-half with the rent as well. I gave him 600 for the rent and 100 or whatever for, you know, the light bill. I paid car insurance for him. The car's in his name. I paid the car insurance, the car payment, everything else. I'm paying all the bills. And we're late right now on a phone bill, a cable bill. And that's the only thing I have to pay. And I told him, I was like, you know what I'm doing? Either you can step up to the plate or I leave. And you're not going to know when I leave.
And I'm not ignoring that fact and whatever.
And I had plans as well as...
But I'm getting...
Because
But
I
the
was...
kids are more important than
Yeah,
any of
and
that.
that's why that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Because of the fact that my kids... I told him my kids are my main priority. If you're not going to stick it up as a man and help me around the house and also with the kids, then I'm going to go to Ohio with my sister. There I know my kids will be safe, and even if it's for temporarily giving my rights to my sister until I can get on my feet over there, I'll do it. Because Casper already shown several signs that he's not right with us right now. He needs a little bit more formality. You're not giving it to him. I'm trying to give it to him, but you're...
DCF has reached out to you, and you've been in contact with DCF when you were up in Maryland, and they could have gave you the help. You want to reach out to them? Down here, they try to get a hold of you.
They didn't get it. They didn't leave anything on my mailbox or anything. Not on my door, nothing.
Because Pedro was contacted and said that he contacted you and told you that DCF was here.
But all he said was something about
Okay, but
what I told you, like...
But again, that would lead a reasonable person to believe, oh, let me contact DCF. They're contacting me, I gotta find out what the heck they're...
And I tried to contact, but he didn't tell me until it was around Thanksgiving. Oh, well, a few weeks ago, the social workers came out. And I'm like, when was this? He said a couple weeks ago. And I said, and you couldn't tell me this a fucking couple weeks ago? He's like, I forgot. And I was like, you're real fucking smart. So I tried calling, and when I tried to call, it kept ringing, and then I look at my phone, I'm like, shit. It's Thanksgiving week.
But we can go on it, but the fact is today, neither one of y'all pays, and again, 3-year-old, but then again, I keep on going back to 1-year-old being left unsupervised.
Because at one point,
Not even secured.
At one point, I did put Alex, the 1-year-old, in the stroller. Because Casper said he wanted him in the stroller so he could push him around in the room, like in the square or whatever. So I did put him in there for a little bit. And then when Pedro came, maybe he took him out and put him on the floor. Because when I came in, he was on the floor.
Like I said, that's it. There's so many supervision and neglectful issues going on between both of y'all. And Pedro's saying some things, you're saying some things. The fact of the matter is that, it was the best supervision wasn't given to these kids today. That's a fact.
And I agree with you, and I know that, if I noticed that Pedro wasn't doing what I should have, stepped up. But I wasn't.
1-year-old should have never been left alone.
And I thought that 1-year-old was still in the stroller because I still heard it noise in the. I still hear noise in the room. So it didn't really come to me like maybe something was wrong, or anything could be. I thought they were playing still, and then after that, I don't know when it happened. Time frame from.
Like I said, it was quite a bit of time they were left unsupervised. Let me go out here and discuss some things, and we'll let you know where we're going from here.
Am I allowed to go to my house or anything? Or?
Let me go out here and have some discussions, and then we'll give you the plan from here. Okay.
I'm not gonna be able to see my kids today.
Or
So that is a boy-
the
am I going
youngest
to-
one's, the youngest one is over at the medical examiner's office. Casper is on life support, and
So I won't be able to see them until tomorrow.
probably, well, you won't be able to see the youngest one.
Alex?
Yeah, Alex.
When would I be able to see Alex? Would I have to get a business card from you guys, or?
I honestly can't, because it's gonna be a medical. The medical examiner's got to do their thing. There's an autopsy that's gonna be done to determine cause of death, and then there's tests being ran on Casper to find out what happened to him. But obviously, with the core temperature,
That's heat.
like I said, it takes a lot. And that was when they get those core temperatures they gave you, just like the Detective Brock gave you, or when they got to the hospital. That doesn't include when they were taken out of the room, that kind of stuff. So they were a lot harder than that. Which again, it takes a lot.
Can I please call my mom?
Not right now, but let me, the faster I get out here and discuss some things, the faster we can let you know what's going on from here, okay?
Brittany, you okay? What do you need? Some water? Oxygen? Alright, slow down your breathing. Look at me. Look at me. Slow down your breathing. Look at me. Slow down your breathing. Okay? Look at me. Concentrate on me. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Look at me. Look at me. Brittany, look at me. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay? Look at me. Deep breaths. Okay? Concentrate on your breathing. Slow down your breathing. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down, Reggie. Okay, slow your breathing down. Okay, I need you to calm down a little bit. Slow down your breathing. Look at me. Slow down your breathing. Take deep breaths, okay? Okay? Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Ready, look at me, slow down. Deep breaths, okay? I know you're going through a lot of emotion right now. But I need you to slow down, okay? Okay? Here's the trash can if you need it, okay? Deep breaths, okay? Alright. Lady with the Department of Children and Family Services here. She was wondering if you would be willing to take a urine sample. She can get a urine sample. Is that something you'd be willing to do? Okay. You need some water? You got some water. Drink small sips of water, okay? Deep breaths, okay? Okay, give us a minute. We're not getting another female officer up here. Okay. What's that? Do you have asthma or anything? I don't think we have an inhaler here. Okay. You having trouble breathing? Okay, take some deep breaths, okay? Let's see if we can find something for you, okay? Hey Pedro, just, I mean, you know the kind of the severity of everything, the extent of everything. the children being taken to the hospital, in pretty bad shape, okay? A lady with Department of Children and Family Services, I believe you spoke with, did you speak with anybody from DCF?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I was working months ago, the last time.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're here, and just due to the children and everything that happened, would you be willing to take let us get a sample of just a urine, just be in a cup for us, to search for any kind of substances or anything that shouldn't be there. You understand me?
No.
Okay. A pee test,
Just,
urine test.
I don't know what is
Huh?
what is
What did you just pee in a cup? You ever been to a doctor and had to pee in a cup for a job or anything like that? Take a sample of your urine.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
thing like
Yeah.
Here, this is for pills for the doctor, right?
Huh? Yes.
Yeah, but we was in the hospital.
No, would you be willing to take one right now? Hmm?
Me?
Yeah, you.
No.
No, you don't want to take one?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Were you under the influence of any kind of
No.
drugs or anything today?
No.
Huh? Like I said, I'm not here to judge you. You're not going to be. You're not,
No.
listen to me.
Look. I don't gonna stay in front of you here trying to tell you bullshit.
Take what?
I don't gonna try to bullshit in front of you.
Bullshit.
You asking me
Yeah.
a question and answer you.
And that's
Is
no.
true. It's no.
Okay. Hey, Brittany. All right.
Yes, Brittany.
It's Deputy Dawes, and she's gonna walk you to the bathroom, and the DCF worker will be there to assist.
Why
Okay?
does the worker need a urine?
It's just like their standard practice. That's for them.
It's
Okay.
a policy and procedure.
But what is it for?
What's the urine test for? To test for any illegal substances. Okay.
So you're just gonna pee in the cup, real simple, and we'll just come back in here, okay? Come on, dear. We're just gonna walk over here, and there's a restroom right around the corner that we'll go to. Take your pen out, though.
All this shit that I'm going through already.
Yes, ma'am.
guys known about my kids?
Hmm?
How long have you guys known about my kids?
So we've been getting updates. So we knew about one for an hour or two afterwards, and we were waiting on word for the other
Because
one.
I've been asking ever since they've been put in the ambulance,
No, you haven't.
and nobody told me
You have
anything.
not been asking.
Yes, I have. I
Okay.
even asked on the right here and everything.
Okay.
I've been asking the sheriffs and everything.
Okay. I've been around most of the time you've been talking, and you have not
I
asked.
asked.
You've asked maybe twice since you've been here, and before I told you.
No,
Okay.
I've been asking.
Okay. Well, either way, that's the status of them right now. Is that what you need to ask me?
Where's, like, am I going home? Like,
No, man. We're doing arrest paperwork. You're being charged tonight. Going over to the jailhouse or a detention facility.
Cool.
For tonight. Okay.
I have a cat. I have to pay my rent. If not once I figure it out.
You're being arrested.
Can I call somebody right now?
When you get to the detention facility, they'll give you a phone call.
Is he getting arrested? Am I the
No,
one?
we're still building something on him, but right now your deputy's out there waiting, and here shortly they'll be taking you on over. Okay, then you can do your
I
phone
need
call.
to get my phone. I need to get the phone numbers out of my phone.
Okay, we'll see how that goes, and then get you on over there. Okay, so we'll be right back.
Am I just going for tonight, or
Whatever the judge says from here,
when do I see the judge?
either tomorrow or Thursday. All right, be right back with you.
Okay, Miss Brittany, do us a favor, stand up, put your hands behind your back, please.
You guys can't arrest me because I'm feeling suicidal.
Okay, well, we'll let the jail know.
We'll
Stand up,
tell
put your
them.
hands behind your back.
If something happens to my other child, I'm gonna kill myself.
Okay, we'll
ma'am.
tell the jail man. Turn
Just
around,
turn
put
And
your
you
hands behind
can't
your
put
back.
my hands behind my back because I have a messed up arm.
Okay,
We're
we've
gonna-
got two hands.
I got two.
Two hands,
They
two
won't.
sets
We
of
won't.
handcuffs.
Just turn around.
Ah! You're hurting my arm.
Okay.
And it's too tight on my wrist.
Alright, we'll
It's
fix it.
hitting on my circulation.
Fixed it.
It's still tight.
Okay, well, we're going a very short distance, okay?
Just step on out.
Okay, so what happened to Brittany and to Pedro? Brittany tried to cut a deal with the state. She tried to force the state to do a 20-year deal that supposedly the state had offered her. They didn't go for that. In the end, she got 30 years in prison. And she agreed to cooperate with the state. She actually testified at Pedro Agustin Ramirez Alvarado's trial, which just happened a few days ago. And in the end, Pedro also testified, and he was found guilty by the jury. And so now he's waiting for his sentencing. We do not know how many years he's going to get. But Brittany got 30 years. And Pedro, we'll see. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's a horrible case. Little kids. You know, it makes a big difference. Let's put it this way. People from other countries in the world would probably think, wow, you're born in America. What a privilege. What a gift. But the fact is that it's not just about being born in America, in the United States of America, but it's also primarily about being born to parents who love you, who take care of you, who nurture you, and who will help you get to the point where you can take advantage of all the opportunities this country has to offer to good, honest, and hardworking people. Thanks for watching Mental Lawyer. Good night or good day.